Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, your social media insurance bro, back again today to weapon tap on your head with another ADH Wealth Solution article. Today's article is from insuranceforums.com, and it's entitled New Life Insurance Premium Tops $3.9 billion in Quarter 1 of 2025. Written June 5th, 2025. By the Insurance Forums staff. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So, U.S. individual life insurance new annualized premium improved 8% year over year to $394 billion in the first quarter, according to LIMRA, Life Insurance Marketing and Research Association's U.S. Life Insurance Sales Survey released Wednesday. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm always going to add my personal take to a lot of these articles that I read to you. And right off the rip, I can tell you, number one, LIMRA, the Life Insurance Marketing and Research Association, is explaining something that beats a lot of your quote-unquote buy term, invest the difference, invest in these, people right in the head. It increased 8% year over year. See, when you talk to these fake-ass online people who are fake-ass investment advisors, they're always telling you, yeah, you can get 10%. But what they're telling you is 10% over the lifetime of the investment, not year over year. See, if you get 10% year over year, then over the course of 20 years, you gain basically 200%. But if you gain 10% over the course of 20 years, you gain 0.5% a year. But it sounds better to you to say, yeah, you're going to get 10%. So, the quarterly survey representing 80% of the U.S. life insurance market showed that the total number of policies sold increased 1% in the first quarter of 2025 compared with the prior year's results. Retail life insurance premium growth, driven by index and variable universal life insurance product sales, was extremely strong in the first quarter. Pause. This also has a lot to do with the overselling of IULs from, again, agents who don't know what they're doing. Prime example, here in New Haven, I speak to a bunch of, people who I went to high school with who are like, yeah, I want to get an IUL. Listen, if you can't afford to drop $1,000 a month into your IUL, then you really have no business setting it up unless you're a business owner. But we'll talk about that in the future. Persistent inflation and higher equity market volatility drove interest in permanent life insurance, said John Carroll, Senior Vice President, Head of Life and Annuities, LIMRA and LOMA. Amid the increased availability of capital through private equity investment and reinsurance, coupled with advanced technologies and product innovation, LIMRA predicts continued growth for the life insurance industry in 2025. It says here, first quarter sales results. Overall life insurance new premium was $3.94 billion in the first quarter, up 8%. IUL and VUL new premium posted double-digit gains in the first quarter. Term and fixed UL new premium fell 1% and 4% respectively. I completely understand that, ladies and gentlemen. Personally, I don't like traditional universal life. I like indexed universal life. I don't even like variable universal life. And I'm not the largest fan of term insurance, but I do think that everybody who has dependents needs term insurance as well. Here's a look at results by product category. Index Universal Life. In the first quarter of 2025, IUL increased 11% to $959 million. Three-quarters of IUL carriers reported gains in the first quarter, while half experienced double-digit growth. The number of policies sold jumped 7% in the first quarter, with the majority of carriers posting positive growth. IUL premium represented 24% of overall new annualized premium in the first quarter. Now, pause here, ladies and gentlemen. You'll probably have a lot of people saying, see, look, the insurance company, they're making so much money. The insurance company on an IUL makes less money than the agent. So the agent makes the most money of the IUL. Term insurance makes most money for the insurance company because 99% of term policies don't pay out. So they know out of every 100 people, if I got 100 people that give me $1, and I know that or that I'm gonna only pay out $1 out of this $100, then yeah, I'm gladly gonna do that and let 100 people give me $1. Or if I get 100 people to give me $10, and I know I'm gonna have to pay out $100 to one person, after 10 people give me $10, that's $100 right there. The other 90 people just gave me a bunch of money for no reason. Carriers reporting the strongest sales growth cited an elevated demand for high face amount solutions as well as expanding middle market success. Fueled by new or more competitive products, simplified sales solutions, and expanded distribution, said Karen Terry, Corporate Vice President and Head of LIMRA Insurance Product Research. Although our research shows consumers' concerns about the economy has spiked in recent months, LIMRA is forecasting IUL sales to experience moderate growth in 2025. Variable Universal Life, or VUL. VUL new premiums surged 41% year over year in the first quarter to $533 million. 7 in 10 VUL carriers reported double or triple-digit sales growth. Policy count rose 6% in the quarter. Compared with the first quarter 2024, VUL premium held 14% of the total U.S. life insurance market in the first quarter. Pause here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here you'll get a lot of Primerica agents who will talk about having their securities license and being able to offer you a bunch of products, but VUL is a securities product. So VUL is an investment. So in order to sell variable universal life insurance, you have to have a securities license. So that should tell you something there. Whole life. Whole life new premium totaled $1.48 billion in the first quarter, slightly above results from the first quarter 2024. The number of whole life policies sold inched up 2% in the first quarter compared with first quarter 2024 due to an increase in final expense and small policy sales. Whole life insurance new premium held 37% of the total new annualized premium sold in the first quarter. Term life. Term new premium slipped 1% in the first quarter to $738 million, with more than half of carriers reporting declines. Policy count fell 2% in the quarter. In the first quarter, term new annualized premium held 19% market share of the U.S. individual life insurance market. The very consumers who are most affected by heightened inflation and increased economic uncertainty, often middle income and younger adults, are the target market for term products, noted Terry. Historically, weaker economic conditions and recessions often depress sales of these products. Fixed universal life, or just universal life. New premium dropped 4% to $235 million. This is the lowest quarterly premium collected for the product line since the third quarter of 2023. Although accumulation-focused products and fixed hybrid life long-term care insurance products posted growth, overall premium growth fell because of lower current assumption and lifetime guarantee sales. The number of fixed UL policies sold tumbled 13% from the first quarter 2024. Fixed UL premiums represented 6% of the total new annualized premium in the first quarter. For more details on the first quarter 2025 sales results, you can go to first quarter 2025 U.S. life insurance industry estimates in LIMRA's Fact Tank. To view the top 20 sales ranking from total U.S. life insurance by total new premium, annualized premium, and policy sales, see first quarter 2025 total U.S. life insurance ranking. So that's the article for today, folks. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And remember, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.